Today, we are building on your morning routine. We have already covered in week 1, default versus deliberate thinking. We have already covered, this is driving me nuts, this little line here. I think that's a little bit better. We've already I'm sorry. For those of you on Instagram, you can't see that there's like a lightsaber going through my face on the Facebook broadcast, but whatever. If I get closer, maybe that'll work, because it is driving me bananas. This is what it's like to live with ADD. We have already covered deliberate versus default thinking. We've covered the science of visualization. We've talked about how to spot limiting beliefs and how to become the kind of person that when you notice that you're thinking this and it doesn't serve you, that you deliberately think that something that is positive, that is a story about you. I want to tell you something. Just this morning, I was talking to one of my favorite people, and she has the exact same story that I used to have, that she's a bad person. And so consequently, she sees evidence all over the place for where she's bad. And she's going through this big breakup right now, and the person that she is breaking up with, basically, while the breakup process was happening, he basically said to her, in a number of different ways, "You're a bad person. Push the button, push the button, push the button, push the button." We all have buttons that anybody or anything can push. And that's why it's so important, if you have limiting beliefs from your past, that you change them. Because if you tell yourself that you're a bad person, you will see evidence that you are. And more importantly, you will also start to act consistently with a bad person. And here's the truth. You're not a bad person. My friend is an amazing person. I'm an amazing person. And so it is critical for you to take control of your life and of your thinking. And it starts with the story that you say about yourself. And so we were talking this morning about how in this next chapter, post-breakup, the most important thing to go forward with is the belief and the deliberate thinking that you are a good person. Look for all the good things that you do. Look for the people that are around you that do love you deeply. Look at how compassionate you are. Look at the little changes that you're making. Look at the little wins all day. Look at how helpful you are. Find the evidence, and it's going to make it easier and easier and easier for you to continue to be deliberate about what you're thinking about. So we've already covered all this. You can go back and review all the videos on our YouTube channel or our Facebook page anytime that you want. Anybody can sign up for this, melrobbins.com/mindset reset. I want to give some shout outs to some people because I cannot believe how many people are changing their lives. Let me stop that. I actually can believe. I can believe how many of you are changing your lives. And here's why. It took me about 45 years to really seriously start to go to work on how I think, to dismantle the limiting beliefs that I have. And when I did, it was such a profound, game-changing level of personal development for me that I know personally how it can shift the ground that you're standing on when you shift the thoughts that you're thinking. And so I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that if you're actually trying the micro things that I'm telling you to do every single day that are building not only on decades of science and research, but they're building every day on one another. We started out with thinking habits, and now right now you're in the middle of a training about your morning routine. And I'm going to get to that in a minute. But when you make these tiny changes, particularly about how you think, it will change everything about your life because you don't realize it. But we walk through life with a filter, and that filter has been programmed by the stories that you tell yourself. And the filter reinforces the stories because that filter that you see the world through, wouldn't it be nice if we just saw the world through glitter? This filter that you have, if it's negative about yourself, you're only going to see negative things, and you're only going to have negative things come in. And when nice things happen to you, you're not going to believe that you deserve it. So it's essential that we identify the filter that you see the world through and we remove it. And we put something that's clear and that's amplifying and that's positive in its place. And one of the things that's really important in addition to the mental habits is your morning routine. And the reason why your morning routine is so important is because it's the start of your day. If you wake up and think crappy thoughts, you are setting the table to have that continue. And so I am training you to take control of your morning, and it begins with what you do as soon as you wake up. We've already covered why you should leave your phone in the outside of your bedroom at night. We've already covered the science behind why when the alarm gets up, you need to get up. You should not hit the snooze button because it puts you in a neurological state called sleep inertia that impacts your focus, your happiness, your mood. We have also talked about the fact that your dreams are worth 10 minutes. I actually think they're worth an hour, but most of us only have 10 minutes before the chaos begins. So I want you to find 10 lousy minutes for your dreams every morning. So after you turn off your alarm, you get out of bed, do not look at your phone. You go straight to a spot and you take this little template that we gave you for free. Just go to melrobbins.com/mindset reset. You can also find this, by the way, at 5secondjournal.com. So on the website 5secondjournal.com, you will find not only this downloadable template, but you're going to find a ton of videos about the science behind the journaling method I use, the science and research that's very recent about productivity. And today we're going to talk about my most favorite piece of research, and that comes from Harvard Business School, and it's called the Progress Principle. So I'm going to walk you through my journaling method. This is the one that I did today. Oh, you can't see it on Instagram. Hold on a second. There we go. And so today in my journal, first of all, we covered this yesterday, really important for you to start with assessing your mood. And the reason why we want you to assess your mood is because research proves that your mood first thing in the morning impacts your level of productivity, your sense of focus, and your happiness all day long. So super important as a mindfulness act to wake up and tune in and ask yourself, well, how am I feeling? Am I depleted or am I energized? In yesterday's video, I shared that I kind of circled this near the depleted end, the meh kind of end, because somebody had kept me awake in the hotel all night. Well, today I'm really good. And the reason why I'm really good, and this is probably too much information, is because I'd been kind of backed up after our holiday trip to Tanzania, if you know what I mean. And so yesterday, the train finally got moving again. And so I feel really good. I'm also home so I can cook dinner for the family. And I was able to drop off my son and pick up my son. And that just makes me feel really, really good. To feel even more energized, I went to yoga class today. And so this is what we covered in yesterday's video, but I'm just showing you. These questions take 5 seconds. And if you learn how to tune in, to read your energy, and then to think of one thing you could do to boost it. By boosting your mood, you're going to boost your focus, you're going to boost your productivity, you're going to boost your sense of control. It's pretty amazing. The next thing we're going to talk about is this puppy right here. This is the most powerful part of the 5-second journal. And again, don't buy it. You don't need to. We emailed you free templates that you can use. You don't ever need to buy this thing. You can just do this in a journal somewhere. You can do this in your own journal. You can do this in a notebook. You can do this in your head, whatever you want. This is the progress principle. This sucker right here has changed my life, and it helps me be a wildly successful woman. You know, we're launching a brand new daytime talk show that's going to have a staff of 70 people, and it's 175 shows a year. My business partners, Mandy and Chris, and I run a media company in Boston. We have a project launching with Audible Originals on February 7th. We put out videos every single day on social media. We are engaging with more than 1 million people a day on social media. On top of that, we have a ton of, I'm delivering 47 speeches between now and the end of May, and I'm still married after 23 years, and my kids talk to me. So I think I'm doing pretty good. And part of it is because I've learned to leverage the progress principle. I don't try to get everything done. Every morning after I assess my mood, based on research from Harvard Business School, I leverage something called the progress principle. And this is what the progress principle states. The people that feel the most productive and the most satisfied with their work are people who make meaningful progress on something that matters to them. That's it. That's it. They're not the people that get 155,000 things done. The progress principle states that if you make little progress every single day, just incremental steps forward on something that matters to you, you will be more productive, you'll be more satisfied, you'll be happier, you'll be more fulfilled, you'll be more present. And I got to tell you, based on personal experience, this has been a game changer for me. So today, my top project, this is my top project. Brace yourself, because it's not that ground shaking. My top project today was simply to brain dump in one place all the loose things that I want to make sure are getting done in our company. That's it. All the projects that that's it. That was just the top project that popped into my mind. Then you're going to say, this project matters to me. Why? Well, it matters to me because it stresses me out when I feel like there are loose ends to things and when I feel like I don't know what's happening. And so I need to do this for me. What's one small action I can do to move forward? One small action, you want to see how incremental this is. The only action that I committed to taking today, based on the progress principle, was to carry my 5-second journal around so that I could use the other side to brain dump the things that I want to make sure that I'm capturing so I can go over this list with the team. That's it. That's it. And I've been brain dumping things as they come up. And there's not as many loose ends as I manifest in my head. But the good news is I'm making progress. I feel accomplished. I feel satisfied. And so will you. So all I want you to do today is I want you to continue everything that we've talked about. The kind of training part is over. We're trying to keep these training modules around 10 to 15 minutes. So the training part's over. Out of service to you, let me do a recap of what I want you to do today, and then I'm going to do some shout outs and I'm going to answer a few questions. So by way of recap, what is your assignment? Well, your assignment always and forever from this point forward, when you do a mindset reset, it's not an event, it's a process. It's something you practice all day long. The moment you notice that your thoughts are drifting to something that's not serving you, you're going to get deliberate and you're going to direct your thoughts to something that are positive. That's something you're going to do all day long. Visualization, also something that's super important. At the beginning of January, we covered the science of visualization. This is one of the most important videos I've ever done because I explain the reason why visualization works, and I also explain the 2-step method for how to visualize based on science. So if you haven't watched that, go to January 1st or January 2nd, find the video, watch it, look through your emails. It's all there. But practice visualization. Now, the way you set yourself up for your morning routine, because that's what we're covering yesterday, today, and on the 11th day, we're going to do the final 2 prompts in the morning routine that I do. Tonight, I want you to plug your phone in outside your bedroom. You're going to turn off all the alerts. You're going to leave the ringer on, and you're going to set your alarm. You're going to go to bed. When the alarm goes off, no snooze button. Get up, turn off the alarm, and then go take those first 10 minutes of the day and you use them to create a powerful morning routine to help you get focused, to help you think positive things, to help you identify your priorities, and to help you make progress on your dreams, something that matters to you. I invite you to use the one that we emailed to you, the 5-second journal method. You're going to assess your mood, and you're going to do the progress principle. You can also move down to the other final prompts. I'll be explaining those in tomorrow's training. If you want to include visualization in your morning routine tomorrow, fantastic. If you have time to do a little micro exercise, fantastic. If you want to add in something else like 5 deep breaths or go walk the dog in the woods, whatever works for you, because if it works for you, you'll do it, okay? I'm trying to get you to become more deliberate about the way you're waking up and what you're thinking about and how you start your day so that you can figure out the best way that works for you. Now let's jump into a few questions, okay? Let's see here. Oh, Kathy Gray from North Muskegon, Michigan. Kathy Gray, that's where I grew up, North Muskegon, Michigan. I changed my perspective on the process of change. The micro changes make big changes with deliberate thinking and action. Absolutely. It's all about the micro. Stop thinking big, everybody, and start taking small actions. Here's some questions. Wendy Hackman Hundley from Facebook. How do you handle a spouse that's a chronic snoozer and phone in the bedroom? I can't seem to convince him to try the change. Wendy, it's not your job to convince him. Your job is to change yourself. You can make requests. Chris used to do this of me, to not scroll through my phone in bed when I used to be a chronic phone scroller in bed because it would keep him awake, the light. So you can make requests. that he not do things that keep you awake. But you could also wear an eye mask and, little ear things. The most effective way to get somebody else to change is for you to focus on changing yourself. When he starts to notice that you're more positive, when he starts to notice that, holy cow, you go to bed, you read a book, you fall asleep, you have a great night's sleep, you wake up, you start your day, and he's groggy and complaining and everything else, over time, you're going to see him try it. Either he's going to try it or it's going to become an issue in your marriage, and that's when you address it. It's not an issue now. Don't try to change him now. You do you. And eventually, he'll either be inspired to do the same or it will become an issue, and that's when you address it. Also, you can look at the Instagram video that we put up last night, because there's a lot of you that are saying your spouse won't follow the rules of this program. They don't have to. You're the one doing this program. They're not. Let your actions and the changes that you're making inspire them to try it. If there's something that they're doing in the bedroom that is that's distracting you, that's keeping you awake, you are well within your bounds to make requests that they do it outside the room, or that they listen on headphones, or that they dim their phone so that the light's not bright. That is certainly something that you could try. All right, let's keep going. Kaz Manez Lauer. Hi, Mel. Thank you for all the life-changing stuff. This morning I was up, exercised, showered, planned my day, walked the dog, and out the door by 7 a.m. Wow. That's awesome. That's what's available to you. Wouldn't it be nice, instead of racing into work late every day and not having a good breakfast and starting your day off like you've been shot out of a cannon, that you actually took the time for yourself to start your day in a powerful way? I mean, imagine that. Imagine if you didn't wake up stressed. Imagine if you woke up and you had enough time to get dressed and to eat something healthy and to think about what your priorities are for the day before you picked up the phone and let the world in. I'm telling you, it's a teeny tweak that will have a game-changing impact on how you feel, how you live your life, what you get done during the day, what you're thinking about. I just can't stress this enough. Instagram question from Liz William. What do you do if you filled out the journal this morning and got totally overwhelmed and started you need to make some big changes? Liz, don't add anything to the fact that you realize that there are changes that you want to make. That's just what's happening. That's okay. You don't have to make all those changes today. All there is to do, in my mind, if you're starting to feel like, oh my God, there's a lot I need to do, all I want you to do for this month is I just want you to focus on your mindset. I just want you to focus on getting into the rhythm and the routine of waking up on time and finding time for yourself. And really play around with the morning routine. Add in exercise, add in a little meditation. Try getting up a little bit earlier. Try 10 minutes later. Experiment this month. Just work on your morning routine. I promise you, all those changes you need to make, they'll be there next month. But I would love for you to have the foundation of having a morning routine that really supports you, and it's something that you've practiced and that you've built on and that you've settled into, so that you have some foundation that makes you feel confident and in control of even just the first half an hour of your day, and then you can start to build on that. You're just going to do it a step at a time. So let's just focus this month. Let's slow down, everybody. Let's stop overwhelming ourselves. Let's realize that if you can make these small changes and change how you think, and if you can change how you wake up and change how you start your day, you will be capable of doing the work to change any area of your life, because all change happens the same way. It happens by recognizing that you want to make a change, making a decision that you're going to, and identifying the small things that you need to start doing that are consistent with the change that you want. That's it. But it's a heck of a lot easier to do change, to face change, to change major areas of your life when you're starting with an amazing foundation every single morning that gives you control over right here, okay? Cheryl Ferranti Hamaza. I'm sorry I'm blowing these names. With the dyslexia, my pronunciation skills are like right out the window. I've actually been taking 30 minutes or more for journaling and mind dump. I've actually started an outline for a book idea that I've had for years. Congratulations, Cheryl. How do you choose just one project every day? Keep in mind, when you use the progress principle, like, I did, the one thing that mattered to me was just doing a brain dump. That's it. I did 100 other things. I had 2 doctor's appointments. I went to the grocery store. I did a bunch of laundry. I had a ton of phone calls related to various things related to my business. I organized a photo shoot for tomorrow. I mean, I just on and on. I did a million. I picked up my son. I dropped him off. I helped my daughter with something related to an audition she has coming up. I still did a ton of other things. I just want you to pick, Audra, the thing that's the most important today. It might be, and this one just popped into my mind, I need to set up a shared Shutterfly folder so that my whole family and our friends and my dad can all share photos from the trip that we took. That's something I need to do. And if I don't get it done tonight, I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow morning when I wake up, that's the first thing that comes to mind. So just every morning, ask yourself, what's something that's really important to you? The one thing that's really important to you to make sure you get done. It might be just to book the well visit for your son. It might be to have that conversation you've been avoiding with your boss. It might be to sit down and make the 11 calls on your chicken list that you've been avoiding in sharing your social selling business. It could be anything. It really doesn't matter. The point is that you're picking something that's important and you're committing to making small incremental moves forward. The to-do list, the emergencies, they'll take care of themselves. This is about making progress in something that's important. And you can pick something different tomorrow. You could pick the same thing for 3 weeks. It's really a tool for you to use based on what's going on in your life right now. Here's a shout out to Colleen A. Perez. Mel, I'm a science guru. All you have taught us have changed my life. I practice visualization probably 10 times a day, and I can be for any situation I'm faced in. And I love that being the 10 versus a 1 in that moment. The phone out of the room is huge. Habits are in gear. I'm combating my limiting beliefs day by day, and I feel my happy coming back. I just love how you applied the real science behind all this. You've truly helped me reset. Let me just say something. I so appreciate the acknowledgement that all of you keep giving me. Thank you. But you keep the credit because you're doing the work. And you're going to continue to do the work because resetting your mindset, it's a process that you're going to practice all day long. And it gets easier and easier and easier. You're going to do it for the rest of your lifetime. The rest of your lifetime. And you're building skills that are going to be with you forever. And so that's really cool. Here's Emily Jones with the final question for today. I'm doing all you say, but I still have the underlying anxious feelings. Will these go away? Yes, they will. And Emily, I'm excited that you said this because we are completing the training tomorrow in day 11's live training in terms of your morning routine. Every day you're going to practice your morning routine. Then we are going to take a turn and we are going to do a bunch of live trainings around anxiety. And you're going to learn all about what anxiety is and what it isn't. You're going to learn about the reason why you have anxious feelings. If you have children, you are going to have a couple trainings that are going to be co-led with my son or with my daughter who have both struggled with anxiety so that we can break it down for the kids in your life that are struggling with anxiety. But there is, as a preview, there is a connection between the negative thoughts and the habit of worrying and the anxious feelings in your body. And so if you're somebody who wants to cure yourself of anxiety, it all begins with getting control of your thoughts because your thoughts are the key. If your thoughts are negative and spiraling, it will trigger your body to start to feel agitated. We are going to break this down step by step by step in the live trainings all next week. So if you have not signed up for this yet, you better get in. melrobbins.com/mindset reset. If you have friends that struggle with anxiety, get them in this program, because the trainings that are coming up are truly going to be a game changer. In case nobody else tells you, I want to be the one to tell you that I love you and I believe in your ability to change your life, to be happier, to be healthier through the small decisions that you're making every day, through the small changes that you're capable of making. And that's exactly why I'm here. It's why my team is here. We're doing this as a service to you, because we know that if you change how you think, you will change your life. I think that's it. Mandy, Danielle, is there anything else that I need to say? I think that is it. So if you haven't signed up, Mindset Reset or melrobbins.com/mindset reset. No phone in the bedroom. Wake up on time. First 10 minutes are for you. Use the 5-second journaling method this week for free. You can use it for free for the rest of your life. Try it out. Add in things that you want to add in. Make it work for you, because if it's working for you, you will work it. Okay? All right. I love y'all. And thank you for being a part of this. I'm very honored that you trust me. And I'm so thrilled that you're getting a lot of value out of this, because so am I. All right. I'll see you tomorrow.